Hi, this is the POC video of STATATHON 2025. Our team ID is 8057. Team name is Sangsai ST. Problem statement title is create an API gateway to run SQL queries on the surveyable dataset and retrieve the result in a user-friendly form like JSON. Problem statement ID is 2.
Just think about this. To answer one question from survey data, you first need to download huge file, clear messy spreadsheets, and write long computer code. That's how most people starts with government microdata. Surveys like Pediatric Labor Force Survey, National Family Health Survey, Household Consumer Expenditure Survey are shared as Excel, CSV or Stata file. But each surveys look different. Different column name, different codes and not standard format. Researchers must clean everything manually before using it. This must waste time, repeated efforts, less reproducible and more risk of mistake or privacy leakage. First, the Excel or CSV file is converted into clear JSON. This page is designed for everyone, not just technical users. On the screen, we can see clearly if any field are missing. There is a special column that shows the route to the missing field. By clicking it, users can directly go to the place and update the value. At the bottom, there is a button to automatically fill all unknown or missing field at once. If a schema or query already exists, the button below shows verify. If not, it shows create, which let us build a new schema or query for this file. Next, JSON is turned into a clear schema. This is like the blueprint of the data. Here, there is a button called Generate Schema. When we click it, the system automatically analyzes the pattern of JSON and create a schema. On the left side of the screen, we see the schema structure. On the right side of the screen, we see a schema table that makes it easier to read and edit. Once the schema is ready, the system automatically creates an insert query. These queries take the clear JSON data and insert into the database table. Users do not need to write SQL by hand. If need, they can review or edit the query before running them. This makes sure the data goes into the database correctly and matches the schema. Now we go to the retrieve query page. Here there is a button called Generate Query. When we click it, the system automatically generates block of queries at right side box. We can simply drag and drop those queries one by one and finally click Save to insert those queries into the database. This helps us to fetch datasets efficiently from the database.
This is just a mock-up page of admin panel. In dashboard, we can see all the survey data, and in available survey page, we have a button called create a new survey. There we can enter the survey name and we can able to create a new survey. And then in the education survey, we can see all the APIs which are active in our database, and we can also select who can access the database. This is called as access control. Here primary, secondary and tertiary are the three types of access control we holds here. And some of the other pages are user and API access. We can set the access of each users here. And in the key, API key, we can see the API keys who the users are actively using and inactively using. And in logs, we can actively check the API request from the users.